Good afternoon. Myself, Dr. Yogi, has already introduced. I am thankful to agricultureinformation.com to give an opportunity to have interaction with you. Today's topic is factors affecting capital expenditure and working capital in dairy farming or in goshalas. The first important factor is uh, whom to select as an advisor, because the Google University, the WhatsApp University, the Facebook University has created a lot of chaos while working with live animals. The professors on these universities, that's it, what universities I have mentioned, they are creating 20% okay work, but 80% whom nobody is accountable or responsible. So the most important factor is today whom to select: strength, weakness, opportunities, threats. Who will analyze when you are starting a dairy farm? So right selection of a person before arrival of the cows and after arrival of the cows, at least for 1 year, is your prime choice. Now, what happens is that pre-startup, every industry knows pre-startup. Then information technology knows startup. What is our capital expenditure? What is our working capital? So regarding pre-startup, what is happening is that uh, traditionally dairy farming is from generations in India, from generations, father, then son, then his son and daughters, they are doing it. But what are the basic requirements regarding starting of a dairy farm or running of a dairy farm? We will discuss in shortly. Now, startup. If you are determined to have investment or bank loan or subsidy or investors, then you are ready to start up your dairy farm. What about capital expenditure? We will describe in short in future. Now, working capital. These are the limitations, and there is no clarity about capex and working capital in India. 70 to 80% dairy farms which I have visited from Delhi to Madurai, uh, they were confused as concepts were not clear. So we will clear our concept today on this national platform of agricultureinformation.com. First important is why we want to start the dairy farming. What is our SWOT analysis? Strength, weakness, opportunities, threats. Regarding capital management, some states are giving subsidy, some are not giving, some are giving what you call seed money. So capital management is very crucial, important factor, and which factors affect it. So where to spend the money, where not to spend the money, we will discuss in short. Funds allocation. Many people come to me from last 32 years, how to allocate the funds. Because if a bank gives you loan, it gives for capex, it gives you for one time. Means they tell you that this is your fund. But how to allocate it at what time? What is capital against profit? Some people ask me for break even. Then stock management. Stock management, particularly green fodder. Now we are facing problem in Delhi, our one of the customer. Stock management is most neglected part, but it could increase your profits or decrease your losses. What are common mistakes done by dairy farmers? What is our strength? First, analyze your strength, that you have land, power, road, technical knowledge, interest to enter in the market. What is weakness? In India, veterinary services are very less available, and our extension is very less. Our research and development is very less as compared to Western countries. So this is our weakness. One of my customer from Mysore, he has to close the farm due to non-availability of technical services. So you analyze your weakness. Now, what about opportunity? Yes, even there is recession, there is this corona, there is lockdown, there is countdown, but nobody forgets or leaves the taking of tea, and tea requires milk. So milk dairy industry grows at the rate of 5 to 6% every year, in spite of all corona, lockdown, anything, recession, layoff, technical layoff. So you have the opportunity to work in a growing industry. Now, threats. If you are entering in the competition, uh, then you have to be well alert about who are your competitors, what is your market study, what are your threats, what are the schemes they are giving, what this Facebook nowadays. Facebook is creating lot of competitions. Yes, uh, a trend about this A2 milk has created a lot of demand for it, this Indian breeds. But be aware that when you're for what amount in capex, particularly purchasing of the animals, you are paying for what type of animal, what is its lactation yield, what will be the future yield, what are the parameters for purchasing the cows, which breed you are going to select. For example, this Gir cows, they are from 70,000 to 1,50,000. Huge difference. So trust any one person, any good technocrat, so that you can purchase good type of animals. And lot of gambling is going on in purchasing uh, animals, particularly this some few one or two breeds. Their demand is such a created that there is a lot of adulteration in the supply. What I mean to say is that a lot of chances of cheating. So indigenous breeds are now particularly one to two breeds. Don't take gambling in this capital expenditure. Low budget effective farm models. In 2018, one person has come to me. I have shown him some farms. And after 4 months, he told me, sir, 10 lakhs of rupees I have spent on dairy farm. Now working capital is less. So today I have selected this topic. What, how much wise you should be between capital expenditure and working capital. So the farm models, you are Madurai. Madurai is very close to you. Madurai, there is one farm. I am handling it from last 3 years. Hardly 1.5 lakhs rupees are required for the low budget, effective, portable, good light, good ventilation farm model. So unnecessary, don't spend 5 lakhs and 10 lakhs and 20 lakhs and crores. I have seen such a wastage of money is going on this farm models. So don't empty your pocket on unnecessary civil construction of the farm models. Parameters of purchasing. While you purchase the selection of the animals, when they show you, on Facebook or your WhatsApp chat, the cow may be mm, some they are claiming 16 liters, but when you go for purchasing, they will say no, 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 it is 12 liters, or otherwise you paid 30,000 rupees more. So selection of the cows, don't be hurry in selection, because the thing, if you show more demand, then you will be emptying your pocket. 90,000 cow rupees cow you can get at 70,000 if selected from proper source and proper time. Where to purchase? Which breed you want? Because there are HF cows in Bangalore, Jersey cows in Bangalore. In Karnal, there are buffaloes. In Delhi, there are buffaloes. In Rajasthan, there are Indian breed cows. The most important is when you have a final selection of the animal, many times during the transport care, documents are less and you have to unnecessarily have a mental stress, financial stress while purchasing the animals. So those cow purchase during the purchasing of the cows, don't go on the figure which they are showing to you. Go on the figures which are hidden, because if the transporter don't have the animal care permit, animal transport permit, unnecessary you have to spend 10,000, 20,000 for the police inquiries and some another things. uh, Today is the world of Twitter and Facebook and YouTube. Even my YouTube's from 2015, they are seen by 23 hours, 44 YouTubes. They are seen by 4 lakhs plus animals, plus cow owner, animal owners. So you have to be, when you are entering the market, your social media aggressive marketing should be so strong, but you should have budget for that. Budgeting, we will go in budgeting. Yes. Now you have decided in startup phase that yes, I should have, I am preparing milk, I should have, I will bring cows and everything. But when it comes to marketing, 23 February 2022 at 15:43 hours in Indore, I have seen this marketing van, excellent van, because in capex nobody calculates the van, mobile van, because you have a good quality dishwasher in your for your kitchen. You have phenyl, you have Ganpati Bappa, you have vermicompost, anything you have. For example, I am showing you. Sorry, you have n number of 25 products from cow dung and urine, but unless it is sold at the doorstep of your colonies or township or cooperative housing society, it is no value in keeping them dusting in your farm. So mobile van, such type of mobile van, you should have in your budget. It should be in your capital, and it will help you in your marketing, right? Now working capital. In non-recurring, that is capex, we have thought of low-cost shed construction. Capital expenditure includes purchasing of animal, how to avoid the gambling. Then these two factors we have covered. Now regarding working capital, feed is the most costly item because yesterday from Madhya Pradesh, the gram means tuar dal chilka or chana or straw. It is in Delhi, it is more expensive. If it is in Madhya Pradesh, it is very, it is cheaper than Delhi. So you have to be very, very, very costly about working capital, and that too on feed. What is the costly item? Red contract. You are preparing your own feed. So what is your own feed? That is maize. Mostly in India, it should be 3 rupees per kg production cost. But when you are purchasing from market the silage, you are giving 7 rupees. So your profit loss ratio for whole the year, financial health of the project, it is disturbed by half. So lease land can help you in case of own production of the greens or dry. Regarding cattle feed is prepared by the companies, and they are more conscious of their profit. Then cake industry, groundnut cake, soybean cake, sunflower cake, safflower cake, all these cakes are coming in the market and given to the animals. But nobody checks. Means I am overconfident. As per my 32 years experience, no farmer, very few farmers check for the quality of cattle feed or the cakes. So if you lose the protein or fat, what happened yesterday? We have taken one farm in Delhi. So they are having 14% protein, 1/4. And this 14% protein consuming the animals, they are giving very less milk. So monthly, a loss of 30,000 rupees. I have checked it at Pune in a cattle feed lab. So regular checking of your cattle feed and cakes, it will give you parameters about your productivity and profitability of your farm. So keep in working capital, keep budget for yearly thrice or 4 times checking of your cattle feed, checking of green fodder, checking of dry fodder, and checking of cakes. Now salary. In it is very means sorry to say, we remember the salary of the staff, the blood relative, the manager, the supervisor, the labor, the accidents or staff to the injuries. But our owners of the dairy farming, they don't add their own salaries. Why I don't understand. But you should keep your own salary in the your budget in working capital. Sometimes it happens that while traveling, the cows when you are bringing from out of the state and they are traveling from 24 hours, 36 hours, they are traveling in the ghat, they are traveling continuously. So there may be sudden death of the cows during transport. Many times the death of the calf, it has happened, and when you have spent 90,000 rupees for a cow, suddenly the calf dies during traveling, and you get nothing, single rupee you don't get. So you are losing 90,000 rupees, 60,000 rupees in your recurring machinery. The water source, there are many water source, that is tube wells. If you have a tube well, what are its problems? In Hindi में मैं बोलता हूँ, मोटर जल गई, submersible water जो motors रहते हैं. So we don't keep it in budget. So you keep it in working capital, that is recurring. You will have to face problems of water source, then tractor equipments, then milking equipments. Years to years, the milking machineries are used, but their spare parts are not calculated in the budget, and you are losing uh, 1 liter per day. That is 60 rupees, 1800 rupees per month per cow. So working capital, what are factors affecting working capital? You should have these matters in your budget. Then transport vehicles. Logistics is becoming a crucial issue while transporting your milk and milk products. Because in Bangalore, when you talk from Mysore side, or if you have a farm at Chennai side, if you have a farm at Coimbatore side, so the wear and tear of the vehicles, it should be taken into budget. Otherwise, what happens is that you have customers standing in front of you, but the vehicle breakdown creates a lot of problems for you. Then the most neglected part is testing. Testing of the blood, testing of stool, testing of urine, feed, cattle feed already we have discussed, milk and milk products. So this testing, this should be in the budget. Which budget? Working capital. And if you take care of all these things, you will reduce your physical stress, mental stress, financial stress. How financial stress? Because if you check the milk or for antibiotic sensitivity test, then you will save 200 liters of milk per cow per year. For example, in Hyderabad, the milk is 70 rupees liter. So you will be saving 14,000 rupees per cow per year in Hyderabad. Right? So testing, scheduled testing, it should have a calendar, and you should have budget for working capital. In India, what I have seen, cows are brought. There is 20 to 40% gambling in the cow purchasing. Secondly, the pregnancy problem, repeat breeding, mastitis, we will not discuss now, but some breeds are attracting these problems. Thirdly, while your working capital, if we don't calculate the testings, then we suffer from financial losses. Now, sheds. During construction of the shed, what I have told you is that lot of amount is spent on this construction of the shed. So shed should be portable. It should have good ventilation. It should have good light. And see in the left corner, my left corner, there are portable this water troughs. Means 10-year student boy, he is able to lift the portable water trough. The feeding height of the animal of the trough should be such that it should be alignment with the neck of the animal. This is the right side farm, which you are looking at Madurai. This farm is only constructed in 1.5 lakhs. It is the best example in my 32 years after Israel, that such a beautiful farm with no problems of with less problems of labors, cement, sand, civil construction, and time spent on it. This is the best of the best. Shed, even you can pick up that cement pipes, and in winter and summer season you can put it outside. So please focus on capital expenditure, purchasing of the animal, and second is shed construction, because these are the main factors which are making loss to you. Then budgeting. When you are in a capex stage, you should have budget. When you are in working capital stage, what are factors? Account should be closed on the same day. On the same day, I have seen one farm in Bhilwara, Rajasthan. Same day in and out, accounting is completed. Regarding costing, why we are talking this? Costing is related to your working capital. If you don't calculate what is my feeding cost for per liter, For example, it is 19 rupees 65 paisa per liter feeding cost in 2018. When season are changing, the green fodder cost is changing, and you can be saving 15 paisa per liter. So that level of micro calculation you should interact with your consultant. Then auditing every month, thanks to information technology, you have Telegram, because Telegram has good capacity to send the videos. So the fees of the auditor has to be taken while budgeting. Then productivity. There are 40 breeds in India, 45. Uh, so each breed has different milk production strength. So productivity, then profitability. If you go on increasing the volume, your product profitability will increase. Productivity, production, processing, marketing. So production is the thing is that your staff or you should have good passion. Otherwise, this is a live animal industry, and if we show some negligence, then we have to face the problems. Processing, milk and milk products is a processing industry, but when the cow is not in milk, you have to think of where is my working capital going on. So at least 25 products you should process from cow dung and urine, so that your working capital will not be badly affected when the milk is not available. Right, marketing. Already I have shown you, you should be very strong in marketing. You should have budget for marketing, and YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Then nowadays, this young generation are running behind the Instagram. You should have budget for working capital. Now, how your working capital is affected? First is hoof trimming. I will show you one. This is hoof trimming. You should have budget for hoof trimming in working capital. If you don't keep budget, then you will be losing 50 liters of milk per year. So working capital has a budget of at least 500 rupees for hoof cutting, hoof trimming, and this hoof trimming will give you uh, 5 times more money. By investing 500 rupees in working capital, you are earning 2,500 rupees in 1 year. So hoof trimming budget in working capital. Now, second is proper deworming. Ayurvedic and homeopathic deworming will help you to earn more money, but it should be in your budget. Don't wait for any subsidy or any gift or any sample. This sample giving in dairy farming or goshalas has created a lot of problems, because if we want something free, then we have to pay the price for it. Vaccination. Vaccination should be properly done, properly seasoned. You should bring your own syringe, own needle, and if you spend 500 to 1,000 rupees, you will earn 2,500 rupees. But it should be in your budget that yes, I have to bring my own needle, I have to bring my syringe, I have to bring my own vaccine. I will not wait for any subsidy or any scheme or any sample. Then environment, you have mobile in your app, it may be Apple or it may be Android, anything, but the temperature in Delhi now, yesterday night we were calculating, it is from 11 degree to 9 degree in the night. So this proper environment, if you take in budget that temperature and humidity meter, hardly it's a matter of 500 rupees, but once you install in your farm, then you will be calculating productivity and profitability of your farm. You will be increasing at least 100 liters of milk for your cows, for your buffaloes, per cow per year, per animal per year. So I am not, what I am talking to you, it is not a expenditure, it is investment, but it should be taken into either capex or in working capital. Now, mastitis, 7,000 crores of rupees we are spending, means farmer is spending every year in India on this mastitis. So I am showing you two equipments shortly. Hardly 1,000 rupees, but it will give you 5,000 rupees of milk. So 1,000 rupees For mastitis prevention and testing, it should be in your budget. Which budget? Working capital, recurring budget. Now nutrition. We have converted cow or buffalo into a machinery, input, processing, output. So if you maintain properly energy to protein ratio, then your expenses on nutrition will be covered and you will be increasing at least 200 liters of milk. So 14,000 of rupees you will be getting more as compared to others, right? So working capital should be considering all this investment. Now I will not say expenses. This is your investment. Today morning, I received a call in Pune that I want the tape for 5 minutes. A farm owner having 80 cows and 80 buffalo and 10 cows, he was asking for borrowing the tape. If you don't have the tape, how you calculate your farming, economics of your farming? So hardly a matter of 300 rupees. You should have the tape on your farm. You should monitor the weight of your cow and buffaloes and the heifers. So take in your working capital, there should be tape. Yes, we have already gone through this. Yes, mastitis is this disease. Hardly 5 minutes for every 3 weeks. This is the mastitis check reagent which I am showing to you, and hardly 5 minutes are required. If you don't want to spend 3,000 rupees on disease, you can spend 300 rupees in your working capital for mastitis testing. Secondly, this deep cup salt, it is iodine solution for disinfection and sanitization of the teats. So if you don't want to lose 200 liters of milk per lactation, then you have to purchase this, add this 50 ml. Now I don't want to talk more than that. But these things, these equipments, hardly 1,000 rupees per cow per year. It should be in your budget. Otherwise, your financial health of the project goes on disturbing. Ha, the most neglected topic in India is water. Consume this fungal water. This you are looking this green colored algae in this water, and the owner says that I am losing lot of working capital. So if you give good quality, I am not asking for RO quality water or mineral water for the cows or the buffaloes, but if you want to increase 1 liter milk per day, I have done this in CSR, corporate social responsibility projects, 3 years ago. So keep a budget of alum. You know alum, ALUM, alum. This alum will increase 1 liter of milk per day. So in your working capital, 50 rupees is the budget required every month for per cow for this water taking druff, TROUGH, water drinking. You can call it as a pond or tank or something, but hardly 50 rupees. It will give you 1,500 rupees per month, 30 times more. No bank or no mutual fund will give you so much of money. If you take proper care in dairy farming with techno-commercial management and lab reports, you should have a facility for budget for water testing, soil testing in your budget. This will give you many times returns, many times. As I have already done it, then I claim it. Yes, the most uh, crucial factor is cattle feed, because farmers has to purchase it from the market. So if you are going in cold press oil, hot press oil, then this selling of this lakdi means wooden ghana oil for the consumers, and you are preparing the own pellet, or you are preparing this, you are purchasing this. So you should have a uh, working capex for purchasing of this ghana oil, so that you save lakhs of rupees. I am claiming lakhs of rupees on this cattle feed. So think wise, what are the demand of your uh, milk consumers? They will ask for cold press oil, like a groundnut oil. So you can give to the cow owners this milk consumers, and you can save your expenses. Working capital you can be saved on this cattle feed. Energy to protein ratio. While we are taking our food, there are three roti, the three chapati or something, and one part is dal. So if you have proper calculation of energy to protein ratio about your animals, it comes in capex also, it comes in working capital also. Uh, if it is 3 as to 1, then your expenses, your working capital will be required less on the cattle feed. So this is a chapter of, means this is a topic of discussion for 1 to 2 hours. I have just finished in 1 minute due to time problem, right? So energy to protein ratio is very important chapter in capital expenditure, because you are cultivating the land for fodder. Also, if you don't control this, then your working capital will be disturbed and it will affect your profitability. In my 32 years of life, I have seen this, my right hand. There is one chaff cutter. It is showing you uneven chaff fodder. So in capital expenditure, if you go on saving the money for chaff cutter, which is improper, then you have to face many problems like milk quality, less productivity, less profitability, and maintenance problems, and thumb cutting and hand cutting and everything. I have seen this from 32 years. So in capex, you keep this left side chaff cutter. This left side chaff cutter will have no maintenance, no hand cutting, no thumb cutting. It will give proper size. It will have high speed, and most important, you will save manpower and man hours. You will be saving huge manpower, because nowadays getting labor in dairy industry is a very crucial factor. Means it is very difficult to get this. Sorry, very difficult to get labor for dairy industry. So you have to utilize them properly with your own calculations of manpower and man hours. For that purpose, go in capex and purchase good quality chaff cutter. It should be, this is what I am showing you left side green color. It is export quality. Though it might be means a little troublesome in starting. In Pune, one of my cow owner, he is from Rajasthan. He says that सस्ता रोए बार बार महंगा रोए एक ही बार. So go on saving your manpower, man hours by proper selection of chop cutter, right? हाँ. When the cow is not in milking, but it is consuming your 100 rupees per day, that is working capital, then you should have 25 products like phenyl and hair oil and hand wash and lamp and soap and dhoop and vermicompost and shampoo and ganpati and this what you call tooth powder and face pack and 25 products, are more than 25 products. So your working capital should be balanced by this income. For that purpose, you should have uh, training requirement, proper training to your staff or to yourself. It is hardly a matter of 3 to 5,000 rupees coming to Pune and coming to Aurangabad, Sambhajinagar in Maharashtra. So take care of your working capital, while particularly when the cow is not in milk, right? Uh, when I don't know Ramayana and Mahabharata, but during the war of Rana Pratap or Chhatrapati Shivaji, Maharana Pratap or Chhatrapati Shivaji, the elephants and then this horses, they were cured by the sepoy in the within night. So Ayurveda, you should have Ayurveda in your capex plus working capital, Ashwagandha, Shatavari, Giloy, Bale, then aloe vera and turmeric. This is the basic requirement if you if you want good milk productivity. And there are 80 plants in Ayurveda which can cure your 13 diseases of the animals. So Pashu Ayurveda kit. Kit means I am not talking to purchase from companies. I am stimulating you to, if you have own land, then at least cultivate bale, B-E-L, bale, what bilwam, what you so in South India you call it as bilwam. So that bale fruits which are offered to Lord Shiva, this is the prime requirement, and it should be in your capex to cultivate the bale so that your working capital will be reduced. Working capital will be in control. Nowadays, during Corona, many farmers have consumed giloy. That is, uh, I think, Amrutvalli it is called as. This giloy, it is a best immunobooster in case of immunity is concerned. For milk production, you need shatavari. For any wound, you need turmeric. For any wound, for any case, painkiller, you need aloe vera. So such type of cultivation, if you keep in mind in capex, then you will face less problems in working capital. The last and the best. 41 diseases can be cured by the cow owner by his own without calling to Dr. Yogi. Again, I repeat, yearly, a cow owner spends 3,000 to 5,000 rupees on the treatment. But if you prepare your own homeopathic kit, then you or any farmer can treat 41 diseases by his own without referring to Google, Facebook, WhatsApp, Pinterest, anything. But the thing is that the skill of your labor, either own development of own skill or development of the skill of the labor, manager, supervisor, it has to be increased. I will give you one short example. Near Tirupati, there is Madanpalli, one Goshala that I am handling from 2018 by online. They used to spend 2,000 rupees per disease, every time. Whenever the medicines or treatment has to be done, they have to keep 2,000 rupees in budget. Now I have reduced that budget from 2,000 rupees, means near about 5,000 rupees per year, to 400 rupees, maximum 400 rupees per cow per year. So 80% cost on animal treatment has been reduced at Madanpalli near Tirupati from 2018. So if you don't want to disturb your working capital, then focus on capital expenditure, what is required to the cow, how you can prevent recurring losses, how you can increase your milk from the cow, how you can increase your working capital with the help of cow dung and urine products, how your social media marketing is aggressive. And I think uh, it is more than time given to me because we should stick up to time. So, in conclusion, capex, purchasing of animals, it should be wise with help of some experienced person. And shed construction, it should be portable, then ventilation proper, water facility available, portable mangers. Now regarding recurring capital, this best quality chaff cutter comes in this capex. Now, when we talk about working capital, you should have a uh, insurance for your labors. You should calculate your own salary. Then feeding changes. Lot of commodity market is there. You should have good knowledge of the market, when to purchase, where, what, when, and how to save the money in working capital. I have given you my example of Madhya Pradesh and Delhi. The most important is performance of your labors there, because salary is the most important part when the labors are working. Then Pashu Ayurveda, save yourself from spending money. Pashu Homeopathy, spend your avoid wastage of working capital. So I think 40 minutes were given to me, and if is there any problem, it is welcome. Is there any question? It is welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Yogi, for a very detailed presentation. I will take on some questions. Just 1 second. Okay, so the first question is, what are the key factors influencing capital expenditures in establishing or expanding a dairy farm operations?
Yes. First, important is it is a bank loan or a scheme or a subsidy or investment, and how would be mobilization of the funds. Fund allocation is most important. If you are having your own funding, then you have to calculate in a bankable project manner. Project report, when you submit something to bank, everything, even cash flow is counted in that. Even investment to output ratio is calculated in that. So in the same manner, all the factors which are included in bank project report, you should calculate on your paper. You may take the bank loan or not, doesn't matter, but it should be calculated.
Okay. Next question. How can farmers effectively plan and budget for capital expenditure to ensure sustainable growth in the dairy sector?
Yes. The budget should be first prepared. Budget should be classified as per the requirements. Second thing is, what are the things required in capex? Because I have already described that gambling is in purchasing of animals and shed construction. These are the two main things which should be taken into consideration while thinking or planning for the budget or the capex. But when it comes to working capital, all type of test, cattle feed cost, raw material cost, then labor, attrition rate of labor, accidents of labor, accidents of the cows, diseases of the cow, testing of blood, stool, urine, all it should be taken into consideration for the planning of the working capital. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Very rigid planning is required while preparing the budget.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
going to market and bringing 5 cows and starting a dairy farm. It was traditionally okay, but nowadays when you are thinking of saving, means as a business or a industry, then budgeting, costing, accounting, auditing, productivity, profitability, production, processing, marketing, everything should be taken in budget, in planning.
Okay. Yeah, Mr. Saroj Singh, you have any question, you can ask now.
Saroj, they are asking you.
Hello, Mr. Saroj
Saroj
Singh.
Singh.
Are you able to hear us?
No.
He has raised his hand.
Saroj. No, he is not showing any sign of listening. Okay, any other question?
Yeah, 1 second. There are a few more are there. Yeah. And are there specific technologies or equipment investments that significantly impact capex in dairy farming?
Yes, very good question. First is chaff cutter. Proper selection of chaff cutter is very essential to save your manpower and man hours. Secondly, in such a huge country of 120 crores, still there are problems in getting laborers. So, proper milking machine it should be considered in the budget while preparing a dairy farm. Thirdly, in big dairy farms, there are no availability of cow dung, buffalo dung remover machines. Because we think that yes, this is a country of 120 crores, but when getting labors in dairy industry, uh, we feel hot in winter season. That is the problem. So milking machine is required. If possible in budget, cow dung remover machine is required. These are the 3 or 4 things which are crucially taken into consideration as equipments for lifetime.
Okay. What financial considerations should dairy farmers keep in mind when planning for long-term investments in infrastructure?
First is own land or leased land. If you are going for leased land, because in Bangalore, Bombay, Pune, Delhi, Ahmedabad, the near about no land is available for, within 50-kilometer radius. So if you are going for a leased land for dairy farming, then the lease papers should be shown to your advocate. Because while starting a dairy farm in Assam in 2017, I faced this problem. So lease land should be shown to the advocate. This is my sincere suggestion. Then water. 150 to 200 liters of water is required for every milking cow. It should be kept in budget. Because if there is shortage of water, you will not get milk. So at least a 3 days water supply tank. It should be constructed or it should be portable. But water should be available on your farm 24/7 and it should be lab tested. It should be portable, safe for drinking. If you have a industrial area, and if your water source is nearby industrial area, then it might be containing heavy metals. Today, NGT means National Green Tribunal has given order to 25 states that drinking water has uh, more than limits about the arsenic and fluoride. So water quantity and quality both should be ascertained. Then road is very essential if you are going in milk business, dairy business. Approach of road is to be considered while starting a dairy farm. Then about the electricity power, day by day, the solar options have to be tried. In what I have seen in Rajasthan, there is good supply of solar projects. So whatever possible in your states, you take that options or explore the options of whatever the facility available in solar cases in your farm, you should take care of or take in planning.
Okay. And how do market fluctuations and external economic factors affect the working capital needs of dairy farming operations?
Please repeat, my sound
Yeah,
is.
once.
Uh,
How do market fluctuations and external economic factors affect the working capital needs of dairy farming operations?
yes, in case of HF and Jersey cows in Maharashtra, I'm telling you, the flush season and lean season rates go by changing. So these market fluctuation affect the income of the farmers. At that time, there should be secondary sources of income. Milk products should be prepared by the cow owners. Second option I have given you in case of indigenous breeds, Gir and Tharparkar and Sahiwal and Kankraj and Indian breeds like Devni and Lal Kandhari, Red Kandhari. So when the rates are down, you should prepare your own milk products and sell to the market. Thirdly, the factor which we already discussed is that 25 to 30 products like phenyl and sanitizer and everything. I have already shown the picture. This should be prepared by the owners to safeguard himself from the market fluctuations. Because when the selling rate is not in your hands, then you should try to reduce your expenses or overheads. Suddenly, there might be climatic changes and it cause changes in the green fodder and dry fodder cost. So proper storage. So the proper storage of at least a dry fodder. And in case of green fodder, you should prepare your silage. So proper storage of silage and dry fodder will reduce the environmental fluctuations on your pocket. Regarding this is cow. This is not a machine that 24 by 7 by 365 it will give milk. So there are other chances of income. That is school trips, ecotourism, spa center, then corporate meetings, weekend meetings, weekend trainings, such type of uh, environmental or financial recession or layoff or technical problems, technological problems you have to face. You have at least you should trust one person at least for 1 year who can guide you with business ideas. For example, in Corona one, that is, I think it was 2019. So in 2019, I got a phone call from Pondicherry. Sir, sir, is there any income to survive the cattle? So I said, what you are doing? He was a music master, music trainer. Suddenly he told me he was preparing bhasma. Bhasma in South India, there is the white bands on the hand and forehead. They are using the bhasma. So using of bhasma in South India is a good business. But we have to we should analyze the behavior of the consumer or the customer, what he needs. What it should not be like that I have prepared the milk, you purchase it or not. Market is driven by customer. Customer is the king, and that analyzing the customer is very important factor while you are maintaining your dairy farm. It is not like that 150 years ago, 50 years ago, we were running in a traditional business like of maintaining the cow. Now, uh, even this Western countries, they are bringing the yogurt in Indian market. So they can bring from foreign, France or Netherlands or Denmark or why we can't prepare in India? Because a young couple going in the mall, if it wants a cheese or yogurt, we should able to supply it or prepare it, supply it, and market it. So business ideas, it is not a one fine morning rocket science. Be global, but be local and be vocal for your business ideas. Right?
Yeah, 1 second. Okay. Are there strategies to manage working capital efficiently, especially during periods of economic uncertainty?
Economic uncertainty. It is a industry. Milk, dairy farming is also industry, and it is affected by external factor like green fodder, dry fodder, cattle feed, oil cakes, and everything. Right. So saving is also earning. For example, the it is not today's topic, but you have to save your money on repeat breeding and mastitis and ticks problem. The India has lost 1.15 lakhs of cows in this lumpy skin disease, right? It was a matter of hardly 4,000 rupees on one farm. You could have saved 1.15 lakhs of rupees on this death of these Indian animals. What I am trying to stress you is that industry is changing, business is changing. We have to cope up with that industry with what are the possibilities either in saving or in earning. You can save your animals. 1.15 lakhs of animals could be saved by only using of flame gun. What was the cost of flame gun? Hardly 4,000 rupees. So saving is also earning. Prevent your animals from disease and death. And already I have spoken to you, recession, layoff, IT sector, the paying capacity of the consumer, all are changing day by day. As a industry owner, we have to think what are the possibilities of saving and earning. Saving is also earning, and what are other chances of increasing the income. Okay.
Okay. And what role do government policies play in influencing capital expenditure and working capital requirements for dairy farmers?
Mm, very difficult to answer because government gives stress on subsidies, and very few cases of subsidies become role model for industry. So I have my reservation or guarded statement regarding government's role.
Okay.
There are means not to depend on any external agency. It's a good answer. But in some cases, in some states, they are giving subsidy. For example, in Madhya Pradesh, they are giving subsidy for the bull purchase in Indian breeds. So it is a good activity, Madhya Pradesh.
Okay.
But
And
subsidy, government support or subsidy will not help for longer duration.
okay. Can you provide examples of successful cost saving measures or financial management practices adopted by dairy entrepreneurs?
Cost saving measures for
I repeat, can you provide examples of successful cost saving measures or financial management practices adopted by dairy entrepreneurs?
yes. Uh, Energy to protein ratio was adopted at Madurai, and then this owner Ajay Raja, he frequently comes to Bangalore also. He has adopted this banana leaf for feeding of the cows, and he has saved 5,000 rupees per month on his 40 cattle. Secondly, one of my customer from Jodhpur in Rajasthan, he was facing issue of sour milk. So I have told him muleti, and he saved losing his customers. Then shared construction already has shown you. People are spending 5 lakhs and 10 lakhs and 20 lakhs on this shared construction. A simple Madurai model can save lakhs of rupees on shared construction. So every factor in capex or working capital or both, you should have a proper advisor who can monitor your project at least for 1 or 2 years. We are handling farms from 3 years to 8 years. My oldest is 8 years farm.
Okay.
This is a livestock industry, live animals, and it is not engineering. Uh, Rainy season, winter season, summer season, management changes, and it should be that information should be available to your consultant.
Okay. Are there financial instruments or support programs available to assist dairy farmers in managing capital expenditure and working capital?
See, the subsidy is it is available in some states. It's not available in some states. So as far as government support is concerned, subsidy is the projects funded with subsidies is the only answer for that. But nowadays, this goshalas or some few people are coming as investors, particularly from software industry. And instead of one person investing the whole investment, some three people, five people, 11 people, they are coming as a joint liability group, giving their assets to the bank, taking the investment and starting the dairy farms. So joint liability group is the best answer for starting a dairy industry, which will take care of not going to bank, not paying premium to bank, and giving your assets, and you are mobilizing your manpower and man hours. Instead of depending on government or any subsidy, better we have a ethically, financially fair, transparent business.
Okay. 1 second. Uh, mm, yeah. In what ways can technology and data analytics be utilized to optimize working capital and capital expenditure on dairy farming?
Yes, capital expenditure is very important because uh, if you install temperature and humidity and if you get that SMS on your mobile, that is your cow owner's mobile, then it will save reduction in losses. Today, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, uh, in future it might be chat GPT. Some thousands of questions will be in the chatbot, and the cow owner can open the chatbot. He can put his question and he will get the answer. So best use of information technology is required for starting the farm, uh, planning the capital expenditure, mobilization of funds during working capital, and running your farm in profit.
Okay.
Mm.
Now we have the last question. In what, sorry, how does seasonality in milk production and impact, sorry, how does seasonality in milk production impact the working capital needs of dairy businesses and how can farmers prepare for these fluctuations?
Yes, correct. Yesterday we talked with our Madhya Pradesh customer. So today it is 19 degrees centigrade in Pune, right? So when the environmental temperature goes below 27 degree in case of Indian breeds and 20 degree below in HF and Jersey breeds. So when the temperature goes below, then it will affect the volume, also the fat SNF in the fat and SNF in the milk, or in case of ghee production. In any case, you should control the temperature, minimum and maximum temperature in your farm. For that purpose, the hardware industry, they are having dry bulb thermometers. It should be fitted in the farm. You should note the temperature variation and make changes in your management. For example, our Madhya Pradesh customer has yesterday, before 4 days, due to winter, extreme winter, he has applied these gunny bags, jute bags, and surprisingly, in 10 cows, he got increase of 1.5 liters of milk. So gunny bags are easily available with the farmers. They are literally in the scrap. It is to be tied in the cold breeze direction, and you have to increase the milk or reduce the decreasing in the milk. Seasonal variations will be there. You have to take care of extreme winter, extreme summer, protection from that summer and winter or rainy season. That is the operational management of the cow owner, buffalo owner.
Okay. Mr. Saroj has left one question in the chat box. How to minimize the feed cost and any possibility to reduce cost based 1 second. Yeah. How
On
to
lease
minimize
land.
the feed on lease land, correct.
Minimize the feed cost. First is what is the requirement of the animal? Optimum requirement. What I have told you is the energy to protein ratio. So you should have your own cultivation of protein fodder. In India, maize or sugarcane or jawar is very common. These are energy sources. But what about protein? If you are not giving protein fodder, then you are losing your pocket. So maintenance means management of energy to protein ratio in from green fodder. It is the best cost saving method as far as the production is concerned. And cost based, reduce cost based on lease land. The 1 year plan, 3 year plan, 5 year plan of order. water availability on leased land, it should be taken into consideration. While even the herd size, how many animals will be there in 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, as on that basis. For example, just a ratio, 1 acre is sufficient for 7 cows. But if you have proper water management, then you can even maintain 10 cows. So you are increasing your efficiency on own land or leased land by 30%. So nutrition is a vast chapter, and you need a 1 year guidance for that. It is not a matter of 1 or 2 minutes. But optimization means how to minimize, I will say how to optimize the feed cost. Proper supply of green fodder, dry fodder, and lab tested oil cakes or cattle feed is the best answer for this. From last 3 days, we are struggling with our Delhi customer. He was giving 20% protein and no dry fodder and no protein fodder. So we told them that you increase the protein in the feed and you will get increase in the milk. So nutrition is the topic. It is to be handled at least for 1 year regarding optimization of the cost is concerned.
Okay. Okay, sir. I don't see any more questions from our participants. So now we have come to end of question round.
Yeah.
On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, we'd like to thank you for a very detailed presentation and answering all the questions in depth, which will be very useful to our participants. And we also like to thank all the participants for joining this meeting. The meeting will now be closed.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're most welcome, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.